So why do people develop heart block? Well, there's a number of different reasons, but anything that affects the electrical system of the heart can cause heart block. For example, if the heart isn't getting enough oxygen, the heart gets its oxygen from the coronary arteries. And if there's disease of the coronary arteries that's limiting the blood flow through them, this can affect the muscle of the heart, including the electrical system. If this process becomes bad enough, part of the heart can actually die. So I'm going to go ahead and draw in a portion of the heart that got so bad with its lack of oxygen that it just died off. And you can see that the electrical pathways drawn here in green are totally disrupted by this area of death. So when the coronary arteries aren't supplying enough blood to the heart, this is called coronary artery disease. And like we said, if that gets bad enough, it can lead to areas of death within the heart. And everybody's heard of these. When that happens, it's called a heart attack. There are other things that can cause damage to the electrical system as well. For instance, if there's an infection of the heart. Sometimes somebody is on a medication that can adversely affect the heart, and that can cause heart block. Alternatively, there are some people that are exposed to certain toxins in the environment, and that will cause heart block. But regardless of the cause, the end result is that the electrical system is damaged or not functioning in some way. So let's quickly remind ourselves what happens when that electrical system is working properly. First, an electrical signal is generated at the top of the heart. This is propagated into the chambers at the top of the heart, and as that electrical signal is propagated, it causes the chambers to contract. That drives the blood in the proper direction. There's a slight delay, and the signal is regenerated at a point in this right upper chamber of the heart, and then it's quickly propagated through specialized electrical bundles. And it's propagated in a very specific way that causes the heart to contract in exactly the right manner. So the end result of proper electrical conduction through the heart results in a wave of contractions extending from the tip of the heart at the bottom up towards the top of the heart. This allows blood to be squeezed out of the heart towards the body. Think of squeezing a tube of toothpaste. It's the same principle. You squeeze from the bottom and you get a nice jet of toothpaste out the top. So what happens when one of those entities we talked about causes damage to this electrical conduction system? Sometimes all of the electrical systems or portions of it become injured but not totally dead. This can lead to a slowing of all or part of the electrical signal. Depending on exactly how extensive and where the electrical problem is, different things can happen. You remember, normally our blood is supposed to flow like a tube of toothpaste getting squeezed out of the ventricles. As an example, let's go back to where a portion of the heart dies. In this situation, our electrical impulse is generated normally, propagates into the upper chambers like it ought to, goes into the lower part of the conducting system, but then gets blocked as it hits the dead tissue. Some electrical signal may leak out into the heart muscle from this area. Sometimes new electrical signals are generated. These electrical signals can propagate out in a disorganized fashion. The end result is that the heart muscle may contract a little bit here, a little bit over here, a little bit down here. Sometimes it may start contracting here, and then a wave of contractions will spread out from that point. Again, think about your tube of toothpaste. A little bit of toothpaste will come out if you squeeze it in an irregular manner, but it won't be as efficient as if you squeezed from the bottom and worked your way forward. Again, depending on exactly where the problem with the electrical system is, it can lead to different types of heart block.